Hi!
Welcome to Lovelyarns Fiber Chat with Melissa
And Sari!
Yay! So we thought we would start like a new segment on our YouTube channel so you can engage with us.
And we could talk about stuff because we do that anyways, but now we can do it and be informative and engaging
And informal.
and we're planning on interviewing some of our dyers when they have trunk shows.
And some of our regular lovelies that we see in person that you all might not see. And also we would love to hear from you if you all have questions about yarn, fiber, knitting, crochet, any of the fiber arts. We're happy to take a stab at answering them for you. I know, worst pun ever.
That was terrible.
Terrible.
Get ready for a lot of that.
Lots of bad puns. So many bad puns. So, Sari,
Yeah.
so I took over the store in 2017 on January 1st. What was your introduction to fiber arts and lovely yarns?
Yeah, so my mom has always been super crafty, fibery. She taught me to quilt when I was little, and she got into knitting and whatnot when I think she'd been into it before, but like got back into it when my family moved to Baltimore. And she discovered Lovelyarns when it was Sue's store. And I got into it because I like the pretty yarn. That was around my sophomore year of college. And I would, visit the store when I was home on break, but it wasn't like a huge thing. And then I got more into it. I went to Gather Here in Cambridge, up in Massachusetts. That was my local yarn store during college. And I got myself more into knitting. And then when I graduated, like right after I graduated, we were doing the art car during the Under the Sea Artscape. So that was 2015. And I was like, I want to learn crochet because I think the crocheted amigurumi are cuter than the knitted amigurumi. And then I was like, ooh, I like crochet. So I've been doing crochet now for, I guess, 6 years and knitting for like 8-ish.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, and how do you like working here in the yarn store?
I love it. It's my fave. Yeah. So it's my side gig. But it's like my stress relief, and I don't know. If I was gonna be here all the time, might as well be working.
So Sari has been a regular here at Lovelyarns since I have been the owner of the shop.
Yeah.
And then over the summer during the pandemic, Linda, one of our part-time employees and good friends, she was working here and so then decided that she was going to take on some retirement time. We spoke with Linda in one of our other videos about how she works with color and texture with our yarn tasting wall. And so Linda not being here left an opening, and so I asked Sari to come and fill in on weekends. So now we get to see each other on the weekends, which means we are on the same quarantine.
We are, which has been
It's a lot of fun.
a lifesaver because, y'all, pandemic's been hard.
It's hard. It's really hard. I'm sure you all are experiencing some, what is it? COVID burnout, like
Yeah.
we all have. So it's nice to have some in-person time.
Yeah, and keep wearing your masks.
Absolutely.
Get the vaccine if you're able to.
Right. And right now, this is before we are open. So while the store is open to customers, we
have
are
masks
masked all the time.
Yeah.
So how I got started.
Yeah,
in knitting.
what's your journey?
Oh, well, funny, you should ask. So when I was little, one of my grandmothers crocheted more and the other one knitted more. So it was my mom's mom was more of a crocheter and my dad's mom was more of a knitter. And I remember going to the knit shop with my gram, it's my dad's mom, to pick out yarn for her to make a sweater or whatever else she was going to make. And then also when I would spend time with my cousins on my mom's side of the family. My parents are no longer married to each other, which is probably good.
They're lovely people.
Yes, just not when they're married to each other. So
it happens.
It happens. So my cousins and I, we would like have races to see who could crochet like the longest chain the fastest. So we would be like running around the house with like strings of like long crochet chains like trailing behind us. And
I'm sure your grandma loved that.
My granny was awesome. She was great. Like, she would get down on the floor and play with us and take us blackberry picking and do cards, and we'd sit and do crafts, and you know, she's very good, like hands-on granny. Yeah. And then, you know, my cousin's mom, my Aunt Marge, different from my Aunt Marjorie, two Aunt Marjories.
That's not confusing.
Not at all. So the one in Pennsylvania, my Aunt Marge, you know, she used to knit also. So lots of crafting going on at her house. And so we did like counted cross stitch and all kinds of needlecraft. And then I went to college, and some of my roommates were crocheting Afghans. So I picked it up a little bit again, and then of course dropped it again, and didn't pick up knitting.
As one does.
Yeah, as one does.
Sometimes you go in and out of it.
Yeah, and didn't pick up knitting again in earnest until I was about 24, and my girlfriend Kelly, one of my best high school friends, got me a little cheapo Learn to Knit booklet from Joanne with some cropped acrylica, so we say, some like purple acrylic yarn and metal Susan Bates knitting needles, and she says, "Miss, we're going to learn how to knit so we can stop eating a bunch of garbage when we watch TV." I said, "Okay, great." So now
I wish that actually worked.
Right, now I'm just really good at knitting while eating a bunch of garbage and watching TV. So, but I really took to the knitting. And so I was 24 then, so I'm 43 now. So it was quite a time ago.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's almost 20 years ago. Where does the time go? Like, I feel so old. So, but then I was in between jobs, and I used to come here to the shop to hang out with Sue and all of the yarn, and I was teaching classes here. And Sue had an opening for a part-time position, so I started working here at Lovelyarns, and then eventually she was done and she wanted to go on and do something else, and she made me an offer I couldn't refuse. She said, quote unquote, "Melissa, I've got an offer for you. It's so good it'll make you drop your panties." That's what she said. So here we are at the yarn store. But she made an offer to sell me the shop. So, and I was absolutely shocked. I had no idea that that's what it was going to be. I thought, oh, well, maybe it'll be like a manager or open another location. Nope. And it was to take over. So, and thanks to Sue, we are here now.
It's funny. I remember the sock swap party that was like Sue's goodbye. Was like really the first time that I got to know a lot of the people in the Lovely community.
Yeah, and I was gonna come, but I had gotten like a flu, so
God.
Yeah. You know, that's the good thing about wearing masks is I've not been sick at all this year.
Yeah, I've been sick way less.
Yeah, it's huge. It's
which, like, other countries knew this before. We're just really slow to learn.
Welcome to America.
Yeah.
So here we are, and I have so much to be grateful for. I'm grateful for Sari and for our whole lovely team and for all of our customers, our regulars, everyone, like all of you guys.
Our lovely families.
Our lovely family, and you know, and especially to Sue for making me such a great offer and allowing me to take over her beautiful shop and really making it my own. And I just love coming to work every day.
Oh yeah.
So on that note, we have new yarn.
Yeah.
We have sitting on the floor here. I have, which you can't see. I have a huge box, giant box of new yarns that just came from Cascade.
Yay!
Yay!
We figured we would do an unboxing for y'all.
Yay! So we're gonna leave the camera where it is.
Yeah.
But we'll just hold this stuff up.
Yeah.
The box is like this.
We don't want to make you dizzy. We don't want to make us dizzy. We've filmed stuff before where the camera fell over. I screamed. Makes for good bloopers. Bad content.
Chaos ensued.
Chaos ensued.
So I pre-opened the box and went, oh! So now you gotta look.
But it's also good because Melissa uses just like a razor blade to open the boxes and it gives me a heart attack every single
I think I just ripped the tape this time.
Okay, that's good.
So, so what we have are...
Everybody's been asking about this.
Cotton!
Cotton!
So this is Nifty Splash Cotton. This is actually really good for market bags, which Baltimore is going to go into a bag ban.
Yep, starting this July.
In July. So you want to get yourself some heavy duty cotton, and this is really pretty. See, it's got like this splash dye.
You can bring it to the farmer's market and like...
feel it, it's soft.
Ooh.
So
it's nice.
I know.
Like, I've felt this before, but it's been a while because cotton tends to be a warmer weather yarn. Although people have been asking about it a lot lately, but like you don't want to be wearing a cotton top in the winter.
It's a little chilly. At least not here. We understand those of you who are in the Sun Belt, you get to be warm more often unless you live in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's still like, I'm a New Yorker. Maryland weather confuses the ever-loving out of me.
So this is Carnation, is this colorway, and it is a lovely. So this is great for market bags, summer tops, face cloths, dishcloth, baby gift items. So that's Carnation. This one is Petunia, I think is this colorway.
Yeah, you can make those face scrubbies and then you don't have to buy those cotton ones. Ooh, that's nice.
Isn't that pretty?
I like that.
That's a really pretty. I love this. Is that Petunia? Maybe it's
I don't
primary.
know.
It's very pretty is what it is.
Color 212.
We will, because Cascade.
Ooh, our coffee's on the way.
Oh, wonderful. So Cascade, they put the color number on the label, but not the colorway name. I think, and Barocco tends to do that too. I don't know why. They all have great colorway names, but then you would never know.
They do it so that you can show off your encyclopedic memory of all the colorway
numbers.
Because I'll just yell out a number. I'll be like, Melissa, what is this? She's like, oh, that's charcoal.
Right. So I'm weird memory. Well, because I think I have to enter all the stuff in the computer and remember all the numbers.
Ooh, I like this.
Oh, this is cool. This one is primary. I think this is Petunia. This is Petunia. All right, Carnation. That's primary.
Look at that.
That's pretty.
You got little splashes of all your primary colors.
I like the splash dyed stuff. I think it's cool because, you know, why should your cottons always just be a solid color?
Right? Like, nothing against solid colors, but sometimes you want to mix it up a little. Do stripes.
Yeah.
Stripes are fun.
The stripes. Oh, and then this is a tonal.
Ooh. Right? So we're going to call this tonal because we don't have... So you got, like, more white bits here. Here, it's not so much speckles, it's not stripes, but it's like a couple of different
it's mostly lime
shades
green.
of green.
Right. It's
like
like
it's mostly the same color, but it varies a little bit, so we're gonna call that's what makes this atonal.
Oh.
Atonal rather than atonal. Atonal would be getting into music theory, and we're not doing that.
Not today. Not today, music
Ooh,
theory.
they sent us new
color cards! So we can help you order all the colors that you want.
Yeah, so if you come into the store and you see a base that you like, but you don't like the color, or we don't have enough of the color, or you're trying to figure out like a big project. We had somebody in the other week who was doing a temperature blanket, so she wanted all the same base, but needed like a bunch of different colors. We can help you order. And it's nice when we have the color cards because it can be difficult on a computer screen. The colors aren't always true.
Right.
And you might get it and then
the
it's not what you want.
Right, and the screens aren't calibrated the same. Like how it looks in my camera is going to be different from yours, and then on the screen, and it's so many.
And then when it arrives, it might be something else.
Yeah, because then they're always a little bit different when they're dyed, but only slightly. So it is good to have the color cards with the little bits of yarn stuck to them.
Yeah.
This is the next colorway. Ooh, this is another tonal, and it's like different aquas.
It fits the name Splash so perfectly.
It does. You could make a really cute cotton shark out of that.
I do love sharks.
I like them too. Okay, so
I got my puppy lots of shark themed birthday presents yesterday.
I bet he loved all of them. Oh, look at this. This is Sunny.
Oh, yum.
This is like this gorgeous citrus color. I'm so into this. It is like a drop of sunshine.
It's just so vibrant. Like, the phone doesn't quite do it justice. It is
It's very orange. It's very tangerine-y.
It's like tang, like powdered tang.
It is like powdered tang. Oh, so you could.
I love that.
You could work with this, whether you knit, crochet, weave, whatever, because you could use it for weaving. Because cotton will hold up really well under tension. So you could be working with this
and drinking tang
and watching the Mars rover on NASA. Trifecta.
Ooh, with puff balls, like cheese.
Oh,
like
with the cheese
like
puffs.
the cheese puffs.
Perfect.
The ones with Old Bay on them.
That sounds amazing. Then your whole life would be
Wait, is
all
that our
orange
coffee?
all the time.
That's our coffee.
And back
With coffee.
with coffee.
Shout out to the Starbucks at the Rotunda. They put cute little stickers. Mine says anything is possible. And Melissa says you are loved. And they're just so sweet there. So
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Oh, and this is cool.
Ooh.
This is this denim colorway.
Oh, that's
This is a
intriguing.
new one. We did not have
Yeah.
this colorway last year.
It like, it's denim-y, but it also kind of reminds me of like a granite countertop.
I was thinking stones. We're like on the same wavelength.
And
This
given
is
that it's nifty cotton splash, it makes me think of like a backsplash in your kitchen.
yeah, or
Which you're an adult when you have a backsplash in your kitchen. I do not have a backsplash.
I don't have one in mine either. So I love this, and it's funny because Cascade are in Washington State.
Yep.
In Seattle, and so this is like nifty splash, so it makes me think of like marching around at Deception Pass out there and like seeing the orcas come and have the water splash up onto the stony beaches and stuff.
I think the last time I was in Seattle, I was 3.
My mom lives out there. I love going. It's very beautiful.
Look at all these colors.
One more.
My
One-
college bestie moved out to Seattle, which happy for Seattle, sad for me.
This is cool. This is a new one. It's like pink and gray splash on it. So this
nice.
is new. I forget what it's called.
Wait, I'm curious how that looks.
Oh, here. I've got the color card and it'll have the
Where-
names on it.
Where did the petunia go? Okay, so I'm gonna compare these two colors like they're similar, but they're not.
Yeah, they are different.
They are different. Like this stuff, the petunia?
Petunia's got purple and yellow in it.
Yeah, it has yellows to it, so it's a little warmer.
I feel like you put the H in warm. Warmer.
I don't know. I felt like it. Trying to be fancy. It's obviously not working.
I mean, we are fancy. We're so fancy
So
all
fancy.
the time.
So fancy.
Okay, so yeah, because here's the nifty cotton color card.
Nifty cotton color cards.
And it does come, the nifty,
Nifty
just in
cotton
case you're
color card.
wondering,
Nifty cotton color
it
card.
does come in solids. So here's the solids. And then this is all the splash colors. And we did get most of them.
Yeah.
So, and of course it doesn't say
It doesn't say the name on there.
the name on here.
What gives?
I don't know. That just has the number on it.
You know what's funny is I thought speckles were going to be one of those trends that faded,
I did too.
but it's really stuck around. I mean,
Stuck
I
around.
like them.
I do too. I think it's because then you can have like a fun, colorful, variegated yarn, but then the yarn doesn't detract from the pattern that
Yeah.
you put in your knitting.
And you're not getting weird pooling.
Right, there's no pooling, which can be
Pool-
flattering, but also can
Pooling
be
is
the
fun
opposite of flattering.
When it's what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Planned color pooling is really cool. We can talk about that in a future episode if
Yes.
people are interested.
People do argyles and stuff. It's
Yeah,
just so badass.
there's somebody I follow on Instagram. I believe it's My Heart Belongs to Ireland, and they do awesome planned color pooling and yarns that you didn't think would do it. Because there's a math to figuring it out, but
Yeah.
sometimes when you're not planning it, you just get weird splotches of color, which meh.
So before we move on to the next base, just to let you know, so the nifty cotton is 100 grams per skein, 185 yards, so that makes it a worsted weight. I know,
But I'd call it a light worsted.
yeah, it's gonna feel like a DK in your hand. When you are working with cotton, if you're making a garment, wash and block your swatch because the fiber will bloom a little and your stitches will plump up.
Yeah.
Also, cotton weighs more than wool, so you're not going to have as much yardage per skein as you would for 100 grams of wool.
Also, when you're picking a pattern, keep in mind cotton doesn't have as much elasticity.
Like
as
zero
some other
elasticity.
yarns. And there was one time I made this really cute tank top out of cotton yarn, and I went to try it on, and I got stuck. And Melissa had to help me out of it. I couldn't get it off by myself.
It was very sad. We had to like
It was really sad.
It was a tough time.
It really was.
It was a tough time.
And
Slightly traumatic.
I was so disheartened that I like didn't go back and fix that top. I just abandoned it.
Well, this is really soft. So this is cotton.
hey.
Speaking of cotton. So
Whoa, seriously?
So how this works? Okay, show the people.
So this is cantata.
And so this is interesting. So how this works is there's a tube of knitted cotton. So it's a tube that like really fine machine knitted cotton. And then superwash merino fibers are blown into the tube. It's like injected. So the merino is like injected into the fiber tube to make a super soft smushy yarn. Usually you've seen this like there's other companies that make yarns
like
that are
sheepjess. Their river and stonewashed is like this.
Yeah, and Illimani that we carry their Amelie is like this too. Like it's like this chainette tube,
So
and then it's got fiber blown into the tube.
70% cotton, 30% superwash merino wool.
Right, so that means the tube is made out of cotton and the merino is blown through, which makes this an all-weather yarn because it can be cross-seasonal. So this is good for like end of winter, early spring.
This is my color.
And it's really soft.
Like this is totally my color.
How soft is that, Sari?
Oh my god, it's so nice.
Yeah, I mean, merino is already next to
Goes with
skin
my
soft.
Lovelyarns sweatshirt, which if you want some Lovelyarns swag, on our website we have a bonfire fundraiser, so you can get t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, tank tops,
football jerseys
with the cute little stripes on the arm, hoodies,
girly shaped
crew neck
tees.
sweatshirts. Do we have crew necks?
It doesn't have a crew neck, it just has
Oh,
a hoodie. But
okay.
it does have
It's a very
new
nice
t-shirts with girly shaping.
Oh yeah, because sometimes you don't want the boxy. Also, sometimes the quote unquote girly t-shirts, it's just a softer cotton.
Right. Those. So,
Oh my god, look how nice these are together. Ooh.
so I'm gonna pull
Wait,
out.
can you open the green? Or is that yellow?
It's like a golden color.
Okay, because these colors are like what I painted my room when I was 16.
That's really cute. So look at that. So this is gold. It's like a golden color.
It's very like Goldie, no, not Goldilocks, Rumpelstiltskin. Rumpelstiltskin.
Yes, Vineyard straw into gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also we got like a pale pearly gray colorway.
Ooh, that's
So there's 10 of these per bag, and it's
mine.
looks like it's all going home with Sari.
So that's the problem with working in a yarn store. It's I come home and my roommate's like, seriously, more yarn? Like, where are we going to put it?
Well, you can sleep on it because it's soft.
And the cat ends up sleeping on it.
Okay, so so this base is called Cantata. Cantata is the label.
Means sing?
backwards. Cantata. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it makes you sing. It's soft.
They have a bunch of like musically themed
They do.
names.
And the folks who work here are very nice.
They're so nice.
so nice.
Honestly, all of our yarn distributors
So
are really
nice.
Like,
So
there's
nice.
nobody where we go, oh, we have to do a call with them. Like, everybody's
Everybody is
awesome.
really nice. We love everyone. So
And they've all been really great at adapting to the pandemic. Like, we've
Really.
switched over to Zoom calls with everybody, which,
everyone's like gone above and
more
beyond.
Zoom, but
Yeah. So this is a worsted weight. It's 100 grams.
yeah, this I believe is worse.
Yeah, this is a true worsted. I mean, look at that. It's so. We really need to invent Squish-O-Vision, you guys. Like, this is so soft.
Like, I really wish you could feel it.
Really. And so it's 100 grams per skein. So that's 3.5 ounces, and you get 218 yards or 200 meters. Their suggestion for a gauge is 18 stitches over 4 inches on a US 9. Usually for a worsted, but that depends on your personal gauge.
Yeah.
So typically for a worsted, you could use anywhere from a 7 to a 9. Once you get into a size 10, probably you're in a chunky, bulky range. And you'll notice that yarn companies will describe yarn as being chunky or bulky. They are the same. It's the same thing. It means those same.
And we'll do an episode about like gauge and tension and stuff at some point.
We should do a measuring gauge because I think we've done one on the yarn bases and how to read a label, but we do need to do one on like measuring gauge because we get that question a lot.
And it's a very personal thing. I strangle my yarn.
She does.
I don't know why. I don't know if it's just like my subconscious has taken out everything.
So,
but my tension's always really tight. And so if I'm doing any project, I know that I usually have to go up at least a hook or needle size from what is suggested. Like we're doing a Bernie sweater knit along right now, and I had to go up one size for everything. So I went up one size for the ribbing, I went up one size for the stockinette, I went up another size for the color work. I have tight tension, so keep that in mind.
So yeah, something to keep in mind. So that's not the end of our goodie box here. We have 2 more items. Also, I should tell you, all of the things that we are showing you out of the massive Cascade box today.
So much yarn!
So much yarn! So pretty. All of these will be made available on our website, lovelyarns.com/shop. We'll put it right across the bottom. Right there.
Dave put it in here.
So
Dave is our tech guru and Melissa's husband.
Mr. Lovely. And so we'll put all the stuff online at lovelyarns.com/shop later today. And actually it will already be online by the time you see this video. What else is it going to say? Oh, we have 2 more items. We have some books. We've got
60 quick knits for beginners.
Because we have lots of beginners. So many people have learned
We've had so many people come in and be like, I need a hobby. I'm at home all the time. Or I learned to knit like a really long time ago, and I need something to do with my hands so I don't like doom scroll on Twitter all the time.
That's great. And I mean, that's right.
And once you get good at knitting, then you can doom scroll and knit at the same time.
Yeah. So this book is great for all of our beginners and returners who want something easy to do.
So let's see, we've got techniques in here. We've got some
cute
scarves. We've got some hats. We've got some booties. We've got some cute like mitered squares.
Has a fun stripy poncho. Like the 60 quick books are really good. I think they're a nice resource.
Ooh, zip pouches.
Yeah, and look at those cute little like 4 corners. Right? Mitered corner stuff.
It's funny, you and I went for the same pattern.
That's really fun.
Oh, look at this little sweater.
Oh, it's got a pattern for a keyhole scarf. Oh, this is a good one. This Vineyard, so there's a pattern here called Vineyard Clay. That's a really good one.
Because it's pearls and ladders.
Oh, I like that. And that diagonal rib.
Love a pun.
Show the people. Oh, yeah.
It's a sweater.
And sweaters are not hard. Anybody gets
sweaters are
out by
not
sweaters.
harder. Like it's bigger. It might be, depending on the yarn you pick, it might be a bigger financial commitment.
Oh, look how cute that is.
But there are some really easy basic sweaters. We have sweater math videos up on our YouTube. We are happy to talk you through it. In the before times, we had a sweater class.
Which is why we now have our sweater workshop.
Right, which is why
almost done. I promise. I think there's like one more video and then that's it.
But like, honestly, my biggest thing with getting that stuff done is my attention span doesn't hold up. So like, as long as you can just keep trucking on through, it's not hard.
Right. And
then you can make it harder as you get comfortable with it.
Yeah, exactly. We like to, like when you're learning, we recommend to our beginners, every project, pick something that's got a technique you haven't done before. And look, it even has socks. There's even socks in here. So this is a really great book to get, and this retails for $17.95. I know. Do you want to show?
So our other book we have is Delicious Crochet Shawls.
Delicious, not nutritious.
No, please don't eat it.
Don't eat the yarn.
You might need some fiber in your diet, but this is not the way to do it.
Don't do that.
We are not endorsing that. If you end up in the hospital, it is not our fault.
That's right.
We will knit you like something to keep you comfy, but like,
yeah.
So
go ahead. Oh, I wanted to get books like not just for folks who knit, but also for people who crochet.
Or who are bi-stitchual.
Bi-stitchual. That means you do both.
I do both.
I do both too.
So I really like shawls. So my other job, like I have a job in an office. It's a cool office, but like it's an office and I have to wear professional work clothes.
She just worked on a bill to make it mandatory for them to supply public schools with menstruation aids, and I think that's fabulous.
Shout out to my boss, Kirill Resnick, Montgomery County. He's awesome. So we got a bill through. We're waiting for it to get through the Senate, but Maryland schools have to provide menstrual products in the bathroom.
Thank goodness.
Free of charge to the students.
Which is great.
And
Long
students
overdue.
of all gender identities.
Long overdue.
Yeah. So I like to spice up my work wardrobe with shawls, because then I can wear like a basic dress or a basic top and like not have to really think about it, and then throw on a shawl and it looks really fancy. Also, I am always cold, and office building temperatures are set to men's comfort levels from the 50s. Apparently, I saw that on the internet yesterday,
That's
which means it's
interesting.
true.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like they test. Crash test dummies are usually tested for men's bodies. Drug prescription trials are usually tested with men and the side effects on men. And office temperatures are set to like what the typical man is normally comfortable at, which tends to be a colder temperature. Like my dad keeps our apartment, or his apartment, freezing. Sub-zero. He keeps a window open.
So you can make one of these. Look how cool that. I really like this one.
These are.
Look at that. It's this one. It's the yellow and the pink and the raspberry.
There was one with bees.
There's some cool ones in here.
Honey cake.
Like, and this is not like a new book. Like, we've had this book before, but I like it because the patterns are really good. It's like a classic. And they won't go out of style.
It has charts if you're a chart person, but it also has
line by line
written directions if you're a written direction person.
And it's not terribly expensive. It's $21.95.
And you get these amazing detailed patterns with great pictures.
21 patterns are in here, and and it's not like sometimes you get like a pattern book and you're like, oh, I like a one. Like, I like a lot of these. A lot of them are attractive. Like, I like this motif.
I would make a bunch of these.
I would make all
Will
of them.
I? Probably not.
Probably
because
not.
I don't have an attention span. But I will think about it.
We'll think about it. And on that note, we'll think about you, and we'll say thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and
happy stitching.
See you next time.